Hey everyone, welcome to week 7. This is my favorite class. I know I keep saying it every time this class is brought up, but it is just my favorite. Today I am going to walk you through a meditation to meet one of your spirit guides. And then we're going to start to just develop that relationship, make it easier for them to communicate with us by starting a symbol library. So we're going to do this for, this week and next week, but don't be afraid to add to this whenever you want. Like anytime you see something, don't be afraid to ask your guides, what does this mean? And then write that down. The more you write down and kind of track and notice, obviously, the more you'll get out of it. All right. Does anybody have any questions about anything before we get started? All right. So before we go into the meditation, I just saw something that was really awesome and I wanted to show you guys. So let me share my screen. A lot of us, we really struggle when it comes to like, we can get stuck on, can I do this? Like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, do I have to be born with this and all of this stuff? Like, I just want to, if there's anything I can get through everybody's head, it's that everybody has the ability to do this. Everybody. What we have to do is just find like the station to tune into. So does anybody remember these like magic eye? Like I think they used to be called magic eye, or where you stare at this for long enough and you're going to see an image pop out, right? So I want you guys to do that and just let me know or raise a hand and let me know when you're able to see the image. Now, sometimes it helps if I know you're on a computer or a phone, so you can always put the computer or the phone like closer to your face. You're just going to relax your eyes, take a deep breath, and then you can pull it further and further away until that image pops out. I don't know if it's harder on the screen than it is in person. Is anybody seeing it yet?
I see hearts.
Good. Who else sees that?
I see eyes.
You do. Interesting.
I'm so bad at these. I never see anything.
I don't see anything either.
Okay, so what I want you to do is get the screen almost touching your nose. Almost touching your nose. Relax your eyes, take a deep breath, and just pull out a little at a time. Your vision's going to seem a little foggy or cloudy, and then it's just going to pop out. Like it almost feels like
Okay, I see it. I see the heart.
Good. Now, anybody who's seeing it, I want you to see how long you can maintain that focus.
Oh, maintaining focus is a big problem.
Right. I don't mean maintain it for 20 minutes, but see if you can get it to last for more than just that quick second.
That is so cool.
Right. So this is exactly what we're doing when we're tuning in psychically. Okay. So when we're just looking at it like this, we're just tuned into the wrong channel. When we relax our eyes, when we get into that different state, the things will just pop out. I love that this is a heart that's popping out, because the easiest way to get there is to focus on love, gratitude, and your heart. Is anybody struggling seeing it?
No.
I let me.
I did not see it.
So yeah, I'm
Sorry.
actually having a hard time, but it's really interesting because when these came out, I learned how to do it and how you said it, like you bring the picture up to your face, to your nose,
Yeah.
and then you follow it back. And then I was able to do it like almost instantly. But I'm just seeing the pattern that's there in just
Right.
like the normal state.
That's okay.
Um,
I believe that you can do it. Do you believe that you can do it?
oh yeah, for sure. But I'm just wondering if it's because of the screen.
Might be. It could possibly. Are you on a phone or a tablet?
I
Or
am.
okay.
I'm on a phone, but
Oh.
I do have the ability to do it instantly because I did
Okay.
it for so long.
Yeah, yeah. It could be the phone then for sure, especially if it's a smaller image for sure.
Yeah.
I like that you said put your nose to the screen. 'Cause as soon as I did that, it popped right out.
Yeah. It's like when we stop focusing on like what we consciously see, like the roses, because you can't see that when you're up close, right? So something switches, we shift, our awareness shifts. And then you know how you would, I don't know if you guys felt that too, but it was like almost like I felt like I was cross-eyed when it did come out. And then it like, yeah, and then it can be,
Uh-huh.
so the next step could be, right? So you can even try to do this, maybe printing it out or, going online and finding like some magic eye things and printing it out. Cause it's just what I thought was a really fun way to be like, look how easy this can be. Like we have to believe and then we have to shift. We just got to tune into that right channel. So I just wanted to take a minute to share that first. Does anybody have any questions about this or anything?
I'm
No.
trying to find this heart thing and I just don't see it. I see eyes.
That's really funny. I can see the eyes. I can see the eyes after you say that. Are you on a small phone, like a small device?
No, I'm on the computer.
Are you able to bring the computer to your nose?
Yeah, I tried that and I still don't see this hearts.
So it's just one heart coming out of the center.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
you
why-
literally have to go cross-eyed and then
Yeah.
slowly pull it away from your nose,
Yeah.
and then you'll see it.
What I did is I soften your gaze. Just soften your gaze as it's there and then pull out slowly and it pops out. It was a white heart, right?
Yep. And
Yeah.
take your time, right? There's no rush. Like don't put pressure on yourself. Because when you start to put pressure on yourself or you try too hard, it can also kind of shut you down. Like, so don't look for the heart, right? Because maybe that's where you're kind of, getting a little twisted. So instead of looking for the heart, just relax your gaze and see what pops out. Does that make sense?
The eyes. That's what I see.
Don't feel bad. When I first started this one, I saw a lady's face instead of a heart. So
Oh my gosh,
it
that's
takes a
so
minute.
cool. Yeah, and it's totally fine. You'll get it. You'll get it. All right.
I actually got it.
Yay!
I just have to really bring it to this device right up to my nose
Yes.
and then just keep looking cross-eyed until it pops out.
Yeah. Like you can almost keep your nose in focus as you pull it out. But yeah, I don't know, I thought that was so cool.
I was able to maintain it for like 5 seconds and then it was gone.
Nice. That's awesome. Awesome. So now that you know how to switch, right? Now we need to work on maintaining. So just practicing that attention and focus so we can hold a longer link. All right. So is everyone ready to meet your spirit guides?
Sure.
Yes.
Share again. All right, so if anybody does not have, what did I do here? If anybody doesn't have, geez, can you guys see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if anybody doesn't have this printed, this is, one of the sheets. So we're going through this meditation with our guides. And I'm going to be asking you some questions as we're in the meditation. So having like a pen and paper handy so that you don't have to open your eyes. And just jotting things down is fine, but no, it's okay to open your eyes, right? Like we are, I'm just going to keep saying this, but we are limitless. It is completely, we can absolutely hold that link or hold that focus when we open our eyes. It is something that we have to practice. But just so you know, you can do that, because I don't want to create any like, limiting beliefs. But today we're just going to do it, keeping our eyes closed so that we can, stay more easily focused. If anybody wants to play any music, like some soft music, go ahead and start that now. Every time I try to play it from my end, the computer kind of cuts it out. It makes it all choppy. So if anybody does need that to get a little bit deeper, go ahead and play that now. All right, is everybody ready? Does anybody need more time? Okay. So we're gonna go through this meditation, and then I'm gonna show you like a method you'll be able to use each time you want to connect with one of your guides. But for just this exercise, I'm just going to walk you through something different. So let me read this first. Spirit guides have at one time lived a human existence. There's different beliefs on that too. I'll just let you know. Though they've been part of the other side for many generations, rather than reincarnate, they remain there by choice, learning and gaining as much wisdom as possible so that they can better aid us.
He's tough on toys. That's why we...
What was that? Okay. So they're talking about this amazing psychic and author and teacher. Her name is Sonia Choquette, if anybody wants to look her up. She communicates this in her book called Ask Your Guides, which I've read. It's amazing, and I recommend it for anybody who does want to take this deeper. It's called Ask Your Guides, Connecting to Your Divine Support System. So while angels have never had an earthbound experience, most spirit guides have had at least one. So they understand firsthand the particular trials and challenges that we face as humans. As Sonia suggests, spirit guides help with practical matters and angels handle the big dilemmas. Just like our friends and relatives from the other side, spirit guides use symbols to communicate with us. Symbolism is the easiest form of communication to transcend the distance between this world and the paranormal world. Many people wonder whether it's their spirit guide, whether their spirit guide is a past mother or father or best friend. Spirit guides are generally around for a long time on the other side, building up wisdom and knowledge to help you through your current lifetime or many. Now, I will say I have had personal experience where I've seen, somebody's recently departed loved one step in and become one of their guides, like actually move right into their guide team. So again, anything is possible. We are all limitless. So anytime you're learning anything about spiritual things, about psychic or mediumship development, if it feels right, take it. And if it doesn't feel right, leave it aside. Part of this is going to be, developing the belief system that works for you. All right. So on a blank sheet of paper, I just want you to write really big at the top, guides. And then I just want you guys to get comfortable. So just sitting with both feet on the floor, just really letting yourself be grounded like that. If you're sitting up, you can put your hands facing up. That's more like considered the receiving position. And I just want you to start taking a couple of deep breaths. So when I'm going to ask you to do a deep breath, I'm going to ask you to breathe in. Your stomach is going to expand. Really just let it all go. Fill your whole belly up. And then blow out through your mouth, nice and slow. When you're breathing out, you almost want to imagine there's like a feather right in front of your lips, and you're blowing out so slow that that feather is barely moving. And we're going to do that a couple of times. So inhale. Exhale. And with each exhale, just allowing you to settle more and more into your body. Letting yourself to sink deeper and deeper into your chair. And just observing how your belly goes up and down when you're inhaling and exhaling. Focusing on your breath. Inhale. Exhale. In and out. Now I want you to imagine there's a beautiful white light all around you, surrounding you like a bubble. I want you to imagine feeling the brightness of this light on your face, warming your skin just like the sun. And I want you to slowly reach out with your energetic hands, or you can use your physical hands. Fingers pointed, palms up. And we're going to just imagine pushing this bubble out. Perfect. Just letting our bubble, our aura, our energy expand. Just expanding your circle of protection until you are completely surrounded. And you can make this circle as big as you want. It can take up your space, the space of your room, the space of your home. You can expand so big that your aura can take up the whole world. Then you can let your hands rest back down again. Just keeping that bubble of light surrounding you. And now notice how your body feels. Pay attention to the way it feels lighter and more relaxed than before. Now imagine being on the beach, on the warm golden sand, feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin, really allowing yourself to feel the soft, powdery sand beneath your toes. Listen to the gentle waves lapping at the shoreline. And listen to the birds that are overhead, singing. There's a beautiful, gentle, calming presence coming closer to you. Coming closer and closer with each inhale, they get closer to you. And with every step closer they get, you feel yourself become lighter and more at ease. This being who is coming towards you right now is one or more of your spirit guides. And if you can't see them, that's okay. Just trust that they are there. And if you're not seeing them, make sure you check in with your other senses. Is there anything you're feeling? Is there anything you're hearing, smelling, or even tasting? I want you to try to let them to come into full view. Just take that minute to blend your energies. And you can always ask them in your mind if they can turn up their energy so that you can feel them better. So I'm just going to give you a minute there. So as you're letting them come into full view, see what they look like. Just notice. Any details that you can make out are fine. What color hair do they have, if any? Notice what their clothing looks like. Any jewelry they might be wearing. Look at the colors of their eyes and their skin. And when you are comfortable, just ask them in your mind, what is their name? And wait for a response. If you don't understand your guide, or if they were too quiet, just ask them to speak more clearly and loudly so that you can hear them. If you still can't make out their response, I want you to just ask your guide to write their name in the sand so that you can read it. You might even get a knowing. This might be something that you don't sense, you just know what their name is. If that's how you get it, that's perfect too. So feel yourself there in the sand with your guide. And I want you to imagine that your guide has a gift for you. It might be wrapped up neatly in a box or unwrapped. It might be small or even large. Open up your hands and accept this gift. Be sure to thank your guides. When you thank them, really feeling that gratitude. Now I want you to look down in your hand and just see what it is that your guide has given you. Is it something tangible that you can hold? Is it symbolic? Is it something figurative? Did they give you information or direction for something that's going on in your life currently? Just think about this gift and think about what it means to you. You could get something as simple as a pen or as complicated as the description of your next partner. So notice what the gift looks like, what it sounds like. Experience how this gift feels to you. Make mental notes or jot down about every part of your gift, even if you still don't understand the gift. And if you don't understand the gift, ask your guide to explain it to you. And next, while in this relaxed state, I want you to ask your guide for their assistance. Use this connection to request their help for something you're struggling with in your life or something you want in your life. Let them know that you would appreciate any guidance or direction that they may give you or any help they can share with you now. You may also ask them for support over the upcoming days. So if you're really struggling getting anything now, sometimes what I would do is just say, can you give me my answer in the physical world over the next couple of days? And it always works. Sorry, that was ridiculously loud. And again, just saying thank you for coming. Thank you for making your presence known. When you feel you're ready, just take a deep breath, kind of feel your body again, blink your eyes open. And just write down anything that you received. Or anything that you want to remember about this experience. While you guys are doing that, I'm just going to run to the bathroom real quick. And if anybody wants to share anything they got during their meditation, now is the time.
Okay. That's why I go off camera when I do these.
Are you okay?
Oh, it was so emotional. So emotional. My sister came to me and I had already asked her and my mom to be here for today for my biopsy. And she gave me the strength card.
Oh, Becca, that's beautiful.
And I asked her if there was anything else that she needed to tell me, and I just felt my throat chakra. So he was always very outspoken and didn't take any crap from anybody, whereas I'm like more the peacekeeper and I try to avoid conflict. So I think that's her telling me that I need to speak up more, you know, and
I think
yeah.
that's a great interpretation. That was a beautiful experience. I'm like, I'm sorry you're crying, but it was such a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
Let it out. Let it all out.
Yep, I did.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Becca. Yeah. All right. Who else wants to share?
We'll go.
All right.
So I couldn't like make anyone out at first. So when you were asking them like to turn up like their vibration or that feeling, I really felt it in both my hands. And then
Ooh.
it felt like, so I was like, okay, more, because that's me, more.
Right.
And then it felt like one was holding on to my left hand, one to my right. And then it like this side view of a woman like whispering to me. And then I got Amy and Demetrius. So it was like there was two of them and she was on my right and he was on my left.
So write that down because that will probably be part of setting your stage. Like,
Yes.
so maybe men will show up on the left and women will show up on the right.
And so they're like that. And then I'm not sure. Is anyone having any back pain in the group? Because either I'm sensing someone's back pain in the group or there was a guide behind me. But I feel like someone's having back pain in the group. I don't know, maybe
Yeah,
up toward their shoulder blades.
Yeah, I have back pain.
Okay. I'm like, I couldn't
Gary's
tell.
on it.
It felt more like someone in the group and more upper, but I wasn't sure. And then when the gift was a box of lights wrapped in tan paper with red ribbon. And when I opened it, it was light. And when you asked us to ask them like what it was, Amy on my right put her hand to my chest and then it like beamed the light out of me.
Oh my God, Carrie, I'm like, I have chills everywhere. That's beautiful. They're like, get your light out.
That's exactly
you're
what I
right.
felt. So, and then I thanked, and it was like them leaving, but I still felt in my back the pain, and that's why, or like a, and so
Yeah.
that's why I felt like it was maybe more someone in the group.
That's great that you were able to differentiate what was coming from spirit and what was coming from somebody in the group. That's amazing, Carrie.
Are you feeling it like right where your bra line would be, like in your spine?
Listen, I have lower, middle, and upper pain most of the time, but it's crazy because I couldn't really get anything. But what I saw, like this evergreen tree, but like at the base of my skull, like coming from between my shoulders where I usually have that pain, it was feeling like it was getting hot and warm all the way up to my ears. Like there was energy that wanted to move, but it was blocked by something. It's the only way I know to like kind of describe it.
It's a great way to describe it. Yeah.
Um,
Do you feel like it was able to move at all? Because sometimes when we bring our guides in and we're in any kind of pain like that, they can help us. A lot of times you have to ask, right? Like they're not just going to come in and help us without us asking, but you could
Okay.
ask, like you have a healing guide. So you could ask your healing guide to help take this pain away and focus on where that pain is. And I bet, because you seem really sensitive to the energy, I bet you'll feel it. You might feel it like heat or like, almost like chills or a vibration kind of moving through the area.
okay.
We'll definitely try that.
Okay.
Beth,
Yeah.
what-
When I can get I'm in a quieter place later and put both earbuds in, I'm gonna try to do this again.
Yeah,
and see where
definitely. Definitely. I can't wait to hear how you make out with that too.
Okay.
Okay, did that answer your question? Were you, I didn't know if you were talking to asking Carrie where she felt it or Brandon.
Yeah, I was asking Carrie.
Okay.
I felt it, yes, like in where your bra goes across, but a little bit up, maybe 2
Yep.
inches, and it was going across the shoulder blades in a tingly sensation, very this way, not up and down, very left and
Okay.
right.
What do you
Yeah.
feel about that?
Because I have my herniated disc is between T7 and T8, and it's right just a little above my bra line, and that's always hurting, but I don't know. But what you're describing almost sounds like that banding. Does anybody in the group have MS?
No, I have fibromyalgia though, but not
Okay.
MS.
Because that, you get that like banding. It feels like something's giving you a hug, and it's like a pain and a tingly sensation. That's kind of what it sounds like you're describing. Like,
Wow. That's interesting. But you
Yeah.
sound like, Carrie, you're probably picking it up from multiple people.
yeah.
Very cool. All right. Anybody else want to share?
I can share if that's okay.
Of course, of course.
Okay. The main, excuse me, the main character that came in through for me was Uriel.
Ooh.
And then I seen that there was a female figure to his right, so it'd be my left. And the name came to me as Gabriella.
Wow. So what I want you to do too is pay attention to where the angels stand and then where, other spirits or guides might stand, because what we can do is set up our stage. So let's say you saw the angel right in front of you, then you say in your mind to your guides at that time, okay, so from now on, I always want angels to stand here. Because sometimes we can't see them, but we can sense them. So if we can sense them in front of us or to our left or to our right, we can start to kind of work out like what's called setting your stage.
And then to Uriel's left, which would be my right, was
Okay.
Michael.
Very cool. Wow.
All archangels.
That's amazing. Do you have a relationship with them? Like, do you deal with them often?
Not usually, but I
Cool.
do love them.
Yeah, well, of course, yeah. That's awesome. Okay, cool. I might say like explore those relationships and energies a little bit, because there might be something for you there if they're all coming through.
And what
Do you
did
feel
they,
like there was a message there?
yeah, I'll continue answering the questions as we go along, if that's okay.
Of course, yeah, sorry.
I got, what did they look like? They were black outlined and figures. Like they were sort of like one of those styrofoam black people. No no features, no nothing. Just sort of like that's how they came across to me, you know?
Like shadowy, yeah.
And then I received a red long stem rose from Muriel.
Oh,
And I had evoked the feeling of all-encompassing love.
yeah.
And I had a feeling of extreme peace and calmness. And I asked my guide for help with being rich. So I'm working on that.
Yeah, right? Who isn't? Me too. That's awesome. That's really cool. Is there anything else that you want to share about like anything, how you felt, any messages, like what you think it might have meant, anything like that?
I think the idea was to come across that the other realm where we're not in the physical where we are now is that there's so much love coming through to me.
Mhm.
And I imagine to everybody else too. But this is what it had been crossed over to me is the amount of love that they have for me.
Yes. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love it. How amazing. Okay, who's next?
I like to share.
Yes.
And it's interesting because I think maybe Carrie might have been picking up something too from me, but in my, I have a very hard time seeing visions and, however I feel. I was trying to see, but that wasn't working. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to go to what I already know.
Yeah,
And
totally.
I just felt my guide's presence come into my system, so I
Yeah.
could feel her presence in me. And the gift was so I opened to my hands, and there was a round luminous like pearl, and then I felt it and stayed with it. And then it began to spread up my arms, particularly my right arm, because I have a injury to my shoulder. It's getting a lot better, but right before and actually before then, the tips of my fingernails or my like 3 fingers or 2 fingers were feeling tingly, which hadn't happened in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And so it started and it went away. Um, and so I do have a pain on the right side between the shoulder blades, but only on the right side. And so that was like causing but the pain in the back it's less, but it's still a little bit there. But the tingly is gone. So that's like a gift of healing, and I felt like I received that it's going to continue working on me.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's so cool. How do you feel? You sound like you're really confident with your feeling side, right?
Oh yeah, I'm very to the point where back in '96, I had this experience where I realized I felt myself living like a zombie up until that moment. And I was healing sexual abuse in my life. And after that, I was like balls to the walls and nothing
Yep.
stopped me. And today I'm an alchemist. I transform trauma into medicine.
Oh, I'm so excited. That's amazing. I love it. I love it.
Thanks, Carrie, and thank you, Danielle.
Of course. All right. Who else? No pressure. You don't have to if you don't want. Okay. All right. So now we're going to move on to defining our symbols. This is, like I said, just the very beginning. For anybody who printed out the handouts, there is another sheet of symbols that I had put in there, but we're going to use different symbols because I want people that were here last time to get different symbols so we can just keep growing, and we'll just keep kind of, switching them out.
Where do we get the printouts to print them out?
And so this sheet that's on the screen right now, it's in the Divination Academy website. Do you know, are you familiar with that? Are you a student?
Not yet.
Okay,
no.
let me put that in the chat. Divination. Wait, now I have to check. I want to make sure I'm saying the website right.
Mm.
Yeah, just divinationacademy.com. So what I'm going to do is just copy and paste this link, and this will take you right to the page. Oops. The page with all the handouts for this class.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
And
Sure.
they can join us on that link too.
Yeah, you can, I think from the Facebook group, right? From the Facebook page? Or can
Maybe.
can they join from the website now?
I don't know. I thought it said how to join. Well, maybe
Oh,
not.
it might, yeah, it might. But if you do want to join the school, you can go to the Divination Academy on Facebook too and just send a message, and somebody will contact you back to get you all enrolled. It's all free, so I definitely encourage it if this is something you're into. And this is just one of the many classes that that they have.
Wonderful. Thanks.
Yes, you're welcome. Okay, so paper and pen is what you're going to need for this. So I'm just going to read a little something about symbols, and then I want to show you guys, just like while you're connecting, I just want to show you a different way to connect, so you can kind of decide which one works best for you. This way that I just learned is what I'm going to share with you guys, and I don't know, I feel like it's a pretty powerful way to connect. So that's what we'll do after I read this. Okay, so symbols and the information they bring can come through all of your intuitive or mediumistic senses, not just cognizance, whatever, but as they're closely connected to knowing, since the meaning of a symbol will often land in your mind with no explanation. I put this in an exercise, but okay, whatever. There are huge advantages for your mediumship and psychic work in developing your understanding of symbols. Essentially working with symbols to help you become fluent in the language of spirit. Like learning a new language, the more time you spend with symbols, the quicker you understand them and can begin to use them in your life. What I've also seen happen is that by intentionally working with specific symbols, you begin to get the information through those familiar symbols more often. It helps make your message work clearer and easier, using less energy to convey accurate information. It's like when two people speak a different language, but they need to have a conversation. At first, they spend a lot of time mugging and miming, trying to get their point across. But once they have some language in common, while neither might be fluent, it's much easier to express what you need to say and to be understood. Working with symbols builds a better vocabulary with spirit so that communication gets easier. So like I said, grab, a notebook. Like for me, I have, where is it? I just have like a little notebook that I have dedicated to, just my symbols. Like I'm going to create my own symbol, dictionary kind of. But however you guys want to do it is fine, but it is important to kind of write it down and track it and look at it every now and then, just so that you remember. I've done that too. When I first started doing this, I wrote down like a whole bunch of symbols. I put it in a drawer and like never used it again. I was like, this is not effective. Okay, so before we do that, this method of connecting or attuning is from Suzanne Geisman. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of her, but she is just a phenomenal medium and psychic. And she's very like structured. So she has this very specific way to remember to connect with spirit properly. And it's called the Bless Me method. So bless, B-L-E-S-S, breathe, lift, expand. I'll go into more detail. Surrender and shift. If you need me to repeat that, just let me know.
Yeah, say that one more time, please.
Yep. Breathe, lift, expand, surrender, shift. And then the me is merge and experience. So when we're using this method, the step for breathe, right? We want 3 focused breaths. That brings us into the present. You know, it brings our nervous system into a calmer state so that we can actually start to receive the information. And when we're doing that, we're imagining, you know, you can imagine you, like, instead of doing the grounding down and connecting up in the different ways that we have, one of the ways she teaches that I thought was really cool and a little bit quicker was she has you in like a tube of light, right? The tube goes all the way up to the heavens and goes all the way down to the root of the earth. And when you're taking those deep breaths, you're breathing in from above and below. So you're getting both energies, you're breathing it in, you're swirling it around your heart and your body, and then you're releasing what's no longer serving you. And after those 3 breaths, you can kind of let your breath return back to normal. And then we want to lift. Who knows the quickest way to lift your vibration? All right. Don't all jump up at one time. The quickest way to raise your vibration is to feel love and gratitude. So when we're lifting our consciousness, you focus on your heart and you're focusing on the light of your heart and you're thinking of something that means love to you. Sometimes for me, it's a person, but honestly, with a person, you got to be careful because if there's any, you know, negative memories, you know, associated with that person, it can get a little tricky. So a lot of times I'll think of pets, like cats all like snuggled up in a hamper or babies, you know, something that's just like, you can't help but just feel love when you look at. And then you can even too, like pretend that there's a knob on this light in your heart and you're turning that up and you're making it brighter and brighter while you're thinking of the love. And that will definitely get your consciousness and your vibration higher. So focus on the heart, love, puppies, kittens is what I have written down. So I'm focusing on gratitude, like I said, too. So then we have expand. So if when we expand, we're expanding our aura or our energy. So the way she does this, again, I thought it was just really cool. She keeps it very simple and structured, which I love. So you're breathing in and you're saying in your mind, expand. And you're using your breath to expand your whole aura. You're expanding it out as far as it will go. It covers the whole universe, you know, down to the core and up into the heavens. But as she does it, you just want to feel that expansion. Yeah, she says, forcefully tell yourself to expand and know that you are everywhere. You have to have that knowing, that confidence. And then S for surrender. The first S is surrender. So on this step, you're saying to yourself in your mind, I surrender. I surrender my human story. I surrender my ego, my doubts, my fears, my limiting beliefs. At this stage, we remember who we are. We know that we are the light, that we are limitless. So we're surrendering our human story so that we can be living in, you know, soul form or in the light. And then we have the second S is shift. So this step, I think we touched on this a little bit last week, but there's some tricks you can do when you're trying to shift that will actually help your brain create alpha waves, which will get you to that point that you need to be. So when we're shifting, you know, our eyes are already closed at this point, you're surrendering, And then you're going to look up with your eyes closed. So your eyes are closed, but you're looking up and you're saying shift. And you'll feel a little bit of a lift as you do that. But it's funny, like, I don't know, this is so simple, like just giving ourselves these cues, like, we already know intention does everything, right? And a lot of times we complicate the crap out of it. So this is just a really nice, like neat, clean, way to get there. So for the me, we have merge. So in this step, if we're reading a person psychically, we're going to merge with their energy. But you would ask them. So like, you're either going to ask your guides to merge with your energy or ask your guides to help you merge with somebody else's energy. And as we're doing this, if we can just, keep in mind, for the greatest and highest good for everybody involved. And then the E is for experience. And so this is pretty, straightforward. So for this, we're just sitting back. We're letting the information come to us. We are not going to, come outside, like bring our energy outside of our body to go searching for information. We just let it come to us. So does anybody have any questions about that? Okay. So why don't we try that before we get, while we're inviting our guides in to do this, let's just, do this together real quick. So we're going to start with breathe, right? So with 3 deep breaths. We're in the tube of light. We're breathing from above and below. We're letting that energy swirl around our entire body. Good. Now lift. We're focusing on the heart. We're thinking of love, whatever makes us feel love and gratitude. We're focusing on our heart light and turning it up brighter and brighter. Sometimes you might start to even feel this light or this heat kind of radiating from your body. You feel like your consciousness is elevated or lifted enough. We take a deep breath in and expand. And we have that knowing that we are everywhere. And now say, I surrender. We shift, look up. While your eyes are closed, you look up and you say in your mind, shift. Feel that raising in your energy, like it almost feels like you're flying like up or lifting up. You don't have to keep your eyeballs up too high because it does start to feel funny if you keep it up that for too long. And now we're just going to send a thought out to our spirit guides. So spirit guides, please come close and help us today with our exercise, help us develop our symbol library. We have so much love and gratitude for you and your help. Thank you so much for being here to work with us today. And now we merge. Having that intention that our practice today will be for the best and highest good of everyone here. And then you can open your eyes. Did anybody feel anything they want to share? Did anybody feel their spirit guide step in when we called them?
When we shifted, that was intense.
Right?
That was intense. That was a very intense, like I don't use words a lot.
Yeah, right. No,
I
I
use a
get
lot
it.
of noises and hand motions,
I speak
but
like that too. You're cool. Harry, the first time I did that, I literally was like, whoa. Like it felt like I was falling in a way. It was weird.
that was very, there was a big shift, definitely.
Yep. So since you felt that shift, I'm just curious, did you feel your spirit guides step in when we called them?
It was, no, that's
That's okay.
it was
You guys
more
will.
of, and I think why for me is I was trying to experience more of the shift and surrender and coming to that point and just feeling the energy around, and that was more what I was focused on rather than having my guides come back in.
Okay, perfect.
But then when I at like, okay, symbols and let symbols flow to me, there was a very direct line that was happening right in front of me, but it was like a yellow glowing line
Wow.
right there.
What do you think that meant?
Like it felt like a starting point. Like this is your starting point and you need to notice what you notice.
I love it. I love it. Does anybody else want to share anything?
I just wanted to say that my guides were right there, right as soon as to merge in with them, they were right there.
Perfect. They always are. They will always, always be here for us. So I think part of it too is just trusting that even when we don't feel them, we know that they're there because we're spirit and they're spirit. We're cut from the same cloth. Like they want to help us. We just have to find that right channel, and everybody can do it. I promise.
And I think also too is going through this exercise opens us up to be able to do that.
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. Anybody else?
I didn't feel that boom of the shift, but my head got all tingly.
Okay,
So-
yeah, that's perfect. Everybody will experience it a little bit differently. We're all made up of something a little different, but I'm glad you still felt it. Okay, so in case anybody wants to get this book, this is what I'm reading out of today for the symbols. It's just called The Book of Psychic Symbols. But there's a good bunch of pages here with different symbols on them, and then they give you their just like the classic symbolism meaning for it. But what I want to do first is we're gonna already tuned in with our guides. I'm gonna say a word, and then we're gonna just take 30 seconds or so to ask our guides what this means. Or you can just write, right? Because sometimes some people will just start writing and it'll just be like a channel, So let's say the first one is, let's say, how about an arrow? So you're just going to write arrow on the paper. And just ask your guides if you get the symbol of an arrow, what is that going to mean in a reading? Or you can just write, what does an arrow mean to you? Because that's usually what your guides would use, what it means to you. And we won't share yet. What we'll do is do a few of them and then kind of go back and see what everybody has. And then we'll get the meaning in the book, just in case you want to have both in your library. And how about a baby? If you saw a baby, what would that mean? And I'm saying see, but this can happen with any way that we receive the information. If you feel baby, if you hear baby, if you just know that there's a baby, what would that mean for you in a reading? How about a bandage? If you saw or sensed a bandage. How about a bed? How about a bird? How about a boat? And also, anytime you feel like you have lost the connection or, it's just not feeling as strong as it was before, all we have to do is go back through those steps, not even through all of them. Usually, if I feel like I've lost the connection or dropped it, I'll just take a deep breath and re-expand. Expand, know I'm the light, No spirits right here. And then you can usually, pick it right back up. How about a book? Ooh, how about a bridge? How about a butterfly? Cake. Ooh, how about a candle? My daughter just called. Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure she's okay. Sorry, it's all good. Okay, how about how about a cave? How about, I get a good one. How about a circle? What if you just see a circle? Let's do one more before we go over them. How about a cloud? Let's take that one a little deeper. What if you see a dark cloud, like a storm cloud? Let's say the first cloud is clear skies and you see clouds. So what would happen if you saw storm clouds? What would that mean to you? Okay. So now let's go back to the first one. And we'll keep building on this next week too. So what did everybody else get for arrow?
To move forward,
Awesome.
like go that direction, move forward.
Yeah, I like that. I had forward motion, on the right track, or quickness.
I had fast.
Nice.
I had direction.
Ooh, I like that too. Nice. Anyone else? So let's read what it said in the book for arrow. Shooting forward, moving ahead swiftly, So this doesn't mean our answers change, right? This is just building on our answers. It could be that or this. Heading straight for the bullseye, shooting for the target or goal. Oh, I like that one. Taking aim and going for it. Moving on the straight and narrow. Receiving a direct message. Meaning something intentional and direct. Can indicate Native American guides. Ooh, that's a good one too. Or a message from a Native American guide.
I thought of that as well.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Mhm.
I like that. So anything you want to add from that one? How about baby?
I kind of see, so go ahead.
Thank you. I got creativity, new beginnings, fresh start, rebirth, birth.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
Anyone?
I got youth and new life.
Yep, that's good. I actually wrote preggers, but pregnant or new baby is what I wrote.
I wrote I had pregnant and I saw a stroller.
Oh,
So
I like that too.
I
Anyone else?
got like cradling love, mother and family, but it was very much cradling love, like that
That's awesome.
instinctual.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a good point. I'm glad you actually like did this, because here's the other way we can do this, right? So, you know how I was saying, like, when I see this, I know it means baby. So we can also go into like a deeper meditation with our guides and say, you know, if you want to tell me baby, what symbol will you give me? And we can do it like that too. But I feel like that might be easier to do maybe on your own when you're really, you know, in it. We can try it here if you guys want. Just let me know.
Yeah, I found that when doing this exercise, these words that I came up with were immediate.
Yes,
I didn't give it any thought.
because your guides are here. They're helping you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, how about, oh wait, let's read baby from the book. So baby says, a need to explore childhood. You or someone around you may be pregnant or expecting a baby. Need to care for your inner child. Stop acting like a baby. Something new, new idea or birth of a new idea. If the baby is crawling, new idea is taking off. Oh, I like that. If a baby is falling, if a baby is falling, idea or new endeavor is falling apart. Need to nurture your creative side in order to construct a new concept, representing the beginning of life. And then it says, see also boy, girl, or person, but we'll get there when we get there. All right. How about bandage?
Healing.
Nice.
yeah, I got either something is wounded and needs healing. And as we're doing this, I'm sitting here looking at a cardinal sitting right here on my tree looking at
Oh
me.
my gosh. Oh my gosh. What is that, Becca?
You know, that is a sign.
For bandage, let's see, I got a wound that needs healing, just like the rest of you, taking care of yourself, recently hurt, or at the doctor's.
I got time to heal and don't rush. And it wasn't a bandage, like it was someone wrapping a cloth bandage around a knee and being like, heal. It's time to heal. The wound was deep and it's time to heal.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Very cool. Now I gotta find it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so bandage may indicate a fresh wound that needs healing, can indicate the time to heal old wound is, or the time to heal an old wound is now, may suggest the relationship you're in may need attention or need to be fixed, can suggest a need to remove a protective covering to reveal the healing beneath. All right, bed.
I got sleep comfort.
Yeah, I got sick and needing to get rest.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
got, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you're
I
good.
got along with rest and romance, I got infirmary.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I just got rest or sleep, get rest or sleep. Anybody else want to add before I?
got it's not to hide and depression. Like, don't pull the covers over your head. This is like depression, not to hide, to deal with it. Pull the
Yeah.
covers off.
Yeah,
Or like the darkness under the bed, like you need to come out from that. Like you're sitting too deep inside that depression.
yeah, definitely. That's a good one. All right, so this says time to rest, lie down and sleep. Also associated with sex or sexual relations. Desire relating to the second chakra or sexual chakra. That's a tongue twister. Sexual chakra. If your bed is unmade, it suggests sloppy habits or tending toward not being neat. If the bed is extremely neat, tendency to control the life, especially with base desires or sexuality. You've made your bed and now you need to sleep in it, suggests you've created your own environment and situation. Okay. How about bird?
I got blessings.
Nice. Who else?
I got spirit.
Mm.
I got freedom, explore, fly free, and travel.
Yeah, I like that too.
I got, if the bird, I had one in a cage and then there was a window and a free one. And the one that was caged, it needs to be free. You're not like feeling yourself, like you need to free yourself. And then the one that was free was very joyful and happy and connected.
Yeah, I like that. Very cool. So this says, time to spread your wings and fly, able to go a long way, representing flying through life, taking a journey, as in bird brain, small intellect, simple, as in birds of a feather flock together, like people travel with like people or cliques, and then freedom also. That's cool. I just wrote loved one visiting. All right, how about boat?
I got travel.
Same.
Yeah,
Trip. I got trip out of that, which
yeah.
is weird, 'cause trip and travel, what's the difference?
Yes, right. I know. I wrote trip, vacation, travel. So
So cool.
got to make sure you get all of the things.
I got choppy waters, ebbs and flows of life, and to just ride that.
Very cool. Okay. Was there anybody else that wanted to go? Okay, so this says, may suggest a literal boat ride or vacation or cruise, can indicate making your way through your emotions, can represent one's path or journey through life, may suggest opening a spiritual route or exploring the unconscious, may be associated with the ferry boat ride to physical death, as in don't rock the boat, don't make it difficult, as in your ships come in, good fortune is good fortune for you, as in we're in the same boat, we're in the same situation, as in miss the boat, a missed opportunity. Depending on the type of boat, suggests how you cope emotionally with life. That's pretty cool. Yeah, right? Like with water. I guess it would be the same symbolism too as like some tarot stuff too. Water is emotions. Okay, how about bridge?
Did we do book?
Oh, poop. No, we did not. How about
Okay.
book?
That's okay. For book, I put down knowledge and adventure.
Awesome. What else?
I had turn the page or open up.
I like that.
I had more, it was closing of the book and putting it down because sometimes the answers lie in us.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
Can you repeat that again, please?
Yes, it was the book was open and then the book was closed and put down because sometimes the answers lie in us.
Mm,
Right?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
good. So good. Does anybody else have anything? I just wrote studying or learning, or maybe somebody that likes to read. So let's see. Well, where did book go? Okay, depending on the book, it can mean you need to research something or look something up. Wisdom or information is at your fingertips. It can represent knowledge and education. If you see the book, it may mean going to school or back to school to increase your knowledge and education. If you see a specific book, pay attention to what it is. It might suggest a need to read between the lines. It may also refer to a teacher or teaching.
And never judge a book by its cover, which I completely ignore that because the titles often tell you clues as to what it's about.
Right, right. Okay. I judge books by their cover all the time. If they're pretty, that's where I go.
Ah,
Or have a cool picture on the front. All right, how about bridge?
connection.
I like that.
I know this had to come from my brother because I got get over it.
Oh my gosh. Amazing.
If it was metal and red, like the Golden Gate Bridge is the only
Right.
way I can describe that. It was travel and opportunity. If it was flat and wood, it was have the courage to not get stuck.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. I wrote reach out to someone who maybe you burned a bridge with to rebuild the bridge, or connected to others.
I got bringing together two or more things.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. That's good. Anybody else or anything else? All right. So this says feeling the need to connect. That's a much better way to put it. I'm like connected to others doesn't sound right. Feeling need. Connecting to the other side. Ooh, that's a great one. Can indicate crossing over, bridging the distance between two people or two areas, taking a journey to another place, a new adventure, crossing a bridge to your past life, a means to get to the other side of a situation or problem, or connecting your conscious mind to your subconscious. Ooh, that's a good one too. How about butterfly?
Transformation.
Mm.
Yep. I got transformation, change, or growing up.
Joy, rebirth.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I got serenity and peace.
Ooh, I love that too. Anybody else? Okay. So it says butterflies are associated with spirituality. They may represent beauty or freedom, transformation and change, can indicate rebirth. Also note the colors as in chakra systems, formation of something beautiful out of something ordinary, something beautiful out of something ordinary, often associated or viewed as a sign from deceased loved ones. All right, how about cake?
Celebration.
Right, I got that too. Or treat yourself, I wrote that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got birthday celebration, congratulations.
It's nice,
Family time, celebration.
nice. All right, so this says, as in you can have your cake and eat it too, means you can't have it all. Something sweet, indicating the sweet side or sweet tooth. Depending on the cake, it could be a message of congratulations or happy wishes. Indulgence, as in a piece of cake, something's being easy. As in that takes the cake, maybe sarcastic, maybe sarcastic or serious, meaning that's really something. As in icing on the cake, getting something even better than expected. And then of course they say, you know, birthday cake. How about candle?
Light.
Yes, love that. Anyone else?
Yeah, light, to bring light into a situation, place, etc., or person.
Definitely.
I got solitude and quiet self-reflection.
I love that.
I
Okay,
got,
so
I got light and warmth.
what was that?
Light and warmth.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know why I just took a bite of that. I'm starving. Okay. As in burning the candle at both ends. That's a really good one. Could indicate tiredness or exhaustion from not getting enough downtime. Could indicate the light inside of you. Could suggest a need to meditate. Spirit light or lights from spirit. If the flame is waving, it may indicate the presence of someone who is in spirit or is crossed over. Lighting up your way. The light of your life may point to the love of your life. The beginning of a fire or a new project or endeavor. How about cave?
Shelter.
Oh, that's a good one.
I got, mine was more of like an actual feeling of like fear and claustrophobia and stuck. Like,
Okay.
I'm not claustrophobic, but
Yeah.
in that moment of focusing on it, I can only imagine what claustrophobia feels like.
Yeah.
That was intense.
Yeah. Were you picturing like a really dark, creepy cave?
Yes.
That's what I'm picturing as you're talking.
Yeah. But it was like here, it was an interesting feeling.
Yeah. Okay. Who else?
I got trapped, feeling trapped, and the needing to fly the nest.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Well, I thought you said cage.
Oh,
So I've got prison and trapped. Similar.
let's add cage, right? It kind of is, right?
I think it would be fascinating to go through a cave just to see all the different markings inside.
It would be cool. I remember I was in like maybe elementary or middle school, and we went to this place called Crystal Cave. And oh my God, this was the worst experience of my life up to that point. I was literally terrified. Like just a couple steps, because it's dark, you're like going down, like, and I don't know, it's pretty much how you explained it is how I felt, Carrie.
I'm sorry, Danielle. I thought that you said the word cage, but I realized now that you said cave.
That's totally okay. So did Becca.
Yeah.
That's fine. So what did you get for cage?
The the trap, the need to fly the nest,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
even maybe someone is feeling caged in.
Yeah, totally. That's a good one. Okay, so for cave, I wrote spending time alone or isolating, and then shelter. When somebody else said that, I was like, oh. All right, so this says, where are there? Hiding from reality, entering into a dark, scary, or unknown area, opening up to a message from the unknown, needing to delve into something, the subconscious, feeling hollow or shallow, or the situation is hollow. It may refer to female sexual anatomy. Okay. Let's see if they have cage. Of course not. I can look that up in another one.
Sure.
And then we'll get that next week, but remind me just in case. I have like a dream symbol dictionary. It's like, like this.
Yes.
Got to be in there.
Mhm.
Okay, how about circle?
Endless.
Oh, a good one.
I got safety and continuing.
Nice. I wrote cycle, completion, becoming whole, or like coming full circle.
My circle turned into the light of the sun.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, I just wrote that down.
I love that. Okay. So this says coming full circle, wholeness, eternity, without beginning or end, completion of a cycle, container for one's inner self and spirituality, as in a ring, marriage, or partnership. And then cloud. What do we have for cloud?
Heaven.
I like that.
I had an idea.
Oh, I like that though. I like that. That's cool. I'm gonna write that. I like that.
Daydreams, new ideas, and to follow them.
Very cool.
That was white clouds.
Yeah, right. The white clouds, the clear clouds. I have ground yourself. I was just thinking of somebody with their head in the clouds.
Yeah, that's what I got to on groundedness.
Yeah.
Contemplation.
Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah. How about for storm clouds?
Rain.
Rain, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got danger and caution.
Oh, yeah.
I got dark times, dark night of the soul, heavy
Ooh,
times coming ahead, uncertainty, feeling lost.
yeah, that's good. They're all very good. I wrote build up emotions. Let's see what this says. Okay. This actually says can indicate being filled with stored up emotion. A dark cloud can suggest a negative situation or negative emotion hovering around or over you. A light cloud can suggest happiness or positive emotion. A hazy cloud can indicate being unable to process thoughts or emotions. As with religion, it can indicate God or God's word. As in, every cloud has a silver lining. Out of every bad situation, a good thing can be found. I like that one too. Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
I just want to make a comment is that what we're doing with the symbols, They can also be used in tea leaf reading or cloud reading.
Yes. Dreams. You can even, with your eyes open, like, you know how when you look at a tarot card, for anybody that does tarot, you're like scanning the card and you're seeing what pops out at you. So you can potentially do this in your everyday life too. Like if you're, driving to work and all of a sudden you get this feeling to look up at the clouds, go to what that means for you and see if that makes sense. If you're, getting drawn to like this specific tree or, whatever it is, or a baby or, whatever symbol it is, take a minute and just see if it makes sense in your situation, what your symbolism means for it. You're going to surprise yourselves. So exciting.
I do that all the time. I'll be looking at something. I'm like, I don't know why I am so into this thing right now.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But I'm not trying it. Yeah, I need to really think about what I'm getting from it instead of why I'm so drawn to it.
Right. Definitely. What does it mean to you? How does it make you feel? Are there any other questions?
No, I just have to soon run into the ladies' room.
Okay. Let me stop the recording.